This is one of the last pristine cloud forests on Earth. It's found here in Papua New Guinea, a remote island nation north of Australia in the southwestern Pacific Ocean, and about as far away from Seattle as you can get. Papua New Guinea is a country of immense cultural and biological diversity. Tribal villages dot the land, many with their own languages and customs. In this dense mountainous rainforest, no roads, no airports. It's quite a journey to get here.
When I arrived in the cloud forests here in Papua New Guinea, this is really like my second home.
Second home and workplace for Dr. Lisa Dabek. Lisa is Senior Conservation Scientist at Seattle's Woodland Park Zoo. That's where she saw her first tree kangaroo back in 1986. And her life has never been the same.
And I had never heard of a tree kangaroo. I never knew anything about Papua New Guinea. But once I started studying the tree kangaroos at the zoo, I fell in love with them. And then when I learned that they were endangered in the wild, that drew me to Papua New Guinea.
In 1996, Lisa founded the Tree Kangaroo Conservation Program in partnership with the Woodland Park Zoo. She travels to PNG at least twice a year. Her arrival, always cause for celebration. The villagers' welcoming ceremony is unlike anything you have ever seen. On this visit, Lisa brings along an honored guest.
Okay, me now start to wash this.
Alejandro Grajal, her boss, the CEO of the Woodland Park Zoo.
I come a long way, and this is very special. Thank you so much.
Our hike up to the research field camp takes us to elevation 10,000 feet. It is wet and cold up here. But Mother Nature's show is so worth it. Much of this area of northeastern PNG was unstudied when Lisa got here more than 20 years ago.
When I first came to Papua New Guinea, the Huon Peninsula was considered a scientific unknown for these mountain ranges. And so for biologists, it was really exciting to think about going into this area.
The Huon Peninsula is home to dozens of plant, animal, and bird species not found anywhere else in the world. There are about a dozen types of tree kangaroos in PNG, but the one that's captured Lisa's heart is the charismatic Matchies or Huon tree kangaroo.
You can't get much cuter than a tree kangaroo, really.
Yes, they're beyond cute, but very difficult to study.
Tree kangaroos are incredibly elusive. You cannot find them when you're in the forest, and so that's why we work so closely with the local hunters, because they're the only ones that can really find the animals.
Lisa employs local trackers and researchers who have deep knowledge of their forest home.
I saw tree kangaroos the first year I came into use, and then for 7 years after, all we saw were poop, and that's what we collected. But that was good enough for me. I knew the tree kangaroos were there.
That's dedication, to study just poop for 7 years. But now her team is equipped with sophisticated tracking devices, such as GPS collars.
Because of the rain falling down, we couldn't really tell whether this is from yesterday or the previous day.
Once detected, the trackers climb to extreme heights to scare the animal down to the ground. The furry little beasts are tucked into a bag to keep them calm. Then Lisa and a wildlife veterinarian gently measure and examine these teddy bear-like creatures.
Thick skin.
This time, they're also changing out their collars.
I'm all ready.
This female is carrying a baby, known as a joey, in her pouch.
It doesn't look 6 months.
It doesn't look 6 months. It looks more like 5 months.
I've heard about tree kangaroos and I have seen them in zoos, of course. But to see them in their natural environment with this kind of magnificent forest with all the mosses and ferns and orchids, it's almost poetic to see these animals in its own ecosystem. It's one of those inspiring moments that you live to live.
A successful capture and release is always emotional.
So it's a good day, but it's incredibly moving. And I'm just so grateful to be here with everyone.
Virtually nothing was known about tree kangaroos when Lisa first started her research more than 30 years ago. Now there's new information about their diets, how long the babies stay with moms, their range, and their mating habits.
What I would love is to be able to get that measurement.
Still, it's only the tip of the iceberg.
Trying to learn about tree kangaroos is a lifelong work.
And the work is also shifting beliefs. Head tracker Stanley Gasong once caught tree kangaroos for food, a cultural practice for hundreds of years.
Okay, thank you. Them knows last side miga big blah mastret. Big blah thank you blomilo risaro. Xim desla woklo. Bosim lugautim kam nong area blomibla.
Tree kangaroos are the spirit of the cloud forest. I mean, they really represent what this cloud forest is about and how special this cloud forest is in the world.